Okay, I finally got the lion head all fixed. But here we have Leonidas, aka Lio Convoy, in his robot mode. And yeah, like y'all saw, the transformation is one of those Beast Former toys on some of them where you just straighten out the limbs and do something with the beast mode head. Or sometimes reveal a new head. Which it is not for me. For some people, it is for them, but for me, not really. But that's my opinion. But here he is in robot mode, and he looks pretty cool. Again, this is a more modernized version of Lio Convoy, because this is supposed to be based off the T-Beast concept art version from those two volume books that are only released in Japan. So let's get a closer look at the head sculpt. Very nicely done head sculpt here. And the eyes are painted in a from what I can tell, oh yeah, they are painted in a red paint here. You can see. And you do have some nicely done painted in antennas here. And going down to the chest here. Some nice blue paint here. And some more detail work on the abs here. And the arms, we already saw, except you do got some red and some blue on the hands. And the legs we already saw before, except you got some new extra paint apps here. But here's the side view here. And the back here. And the other side. And all around, he does look like a pretty cool robot mode. All around. And for articulation, because now that we're in his robot mode, I can now show you the articulation. Because the reason why I'm showing off the articulation in robot mode and not so much in the beast mode is because, well, from what y'all saw in the beast mode while I was picking him up and trying to show y'all around, you already saw some problems or issues I have with it. But for articulation, the head can rotate, but it is kind of tight on mine. But it is on a ball joint. From the base of the neck, from what I can tell, and I think, I don't know if the actual head is on a ball joint. I think it is, but yeah, okay, yeah. The head itself is on a joint, a ball joint. But he can look up about there and can look down about there. And for the arms, this shoulder pad does have a ball joint here, and these things on both sides do move out. You can see here. And also this thing does move up and down as well. And for the arms, the way they move is on this joint with this white detail work here. And the arm itself is on a ball joint. But as y'all heard, they are really kind of tight. So I'm not going to move them around too much. But they do have a bicep swivel, a single jointed elbow, and the hands do swivel, and the fingers do open and close. And for the waist, oh, well, for the lion head, it does have a ball joint here, a hinge joint here, and a swivel here. Now, for the torso, from what y'all saw in the beast mode, while I was showing you him around, is on a ball joint, but as you can see, it is kind of loose on my figure. On my figure, the ball joint on the torso is kind of loose on mine. So I'm gonna have to be really careful of that. But the waist itself here does rotate. Yeah. It does rotate, but it's really tight. But he does have an ab crunch. That goes forward about there, and to show you on the back, it does move on that joint there. So it does have a ball joint at the torso and the waist here, but I'm not going to move it too much because the waist here is way too tight, and the torso on mine is way too loose on mine. But the legs, they do shift down, so the legs can move forward, back, in and out. You do have a thigh swivel, a double jointed knee, and as you can already see here, these things do move up and down, and you can also move these things up and down. And the feet are on ball joints here. And yeah, they're on ball joints here. And the toes are on ball joints here. And this part is on a... Yes, okay. The toes are on ball joints, and this part is on a ball joint. And as for the toes, they move independently, only on this toe and this toe, not the middle toe. And that's it. And this figure does have some die-cast metal on him. And the metal parts, from what I can feel, are from his lower legs, his arms here, which are on these white parts, and what else? Oh, and even the joints here, where this shoulder pad and the lion head is connected to, are die-cast metal. Even these things are die-cast. These ball joints that hold the lion head and the shoulder pad are on die-cast metal. Okay, now for his accessories. First, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the guns here. So, these do detach from these things here, like y'all already saw. But they do also detach from these joints here, from this tab and that hole right here. and you can have him hold these. And the way you do it is, if you want him to hold him like this, either with this extended or not, then on the bottom here, there's this handle that you can flip down. And now you have a gun here that he can hold in both of his hands on both of these guns here. Or, oh, well, before I show you another configuration, getting a closer look, have some silver paint here, some detail work here, and some blue paint here on the side. Yeah. But another configuration you can hold him with these guns is, you would flip up the handle, take these and flip these down, and take this and flip it down, and then flip down this handle here, and now you have like a G1 Optimus Prime gun. And again, you can have this collapse, or you can extend it out. Like that. And it does extend out all the way. Like this, if you want to. And the other gun here that has the same transformation, like this gun here, as usual. But you do get two of these guns. And now for these things here, this is where we're going to bring in this thing here, which is connected by the tail. And what you're going to do is, well, I'm going to reattach this back on, because what you can do with these is, you can attach these back into the same tab and holes here, but you need to make sure that you attach them like this, not like this, but like this, because for these two things, what you would do is, you would take these and pull them out to have some red swords here, which have nicely done red paint to them. And these swords are, listen to this. the die-cast metal. Yeah. Yeah. These are the die-cast metal. And of course, you can't have him hold both of them in his hands. And for these things, if these were attached to those tabs there, you can see on the back of Lio Convoy's legs, if these are attached, then what you can do if you want to, you can rotate them up so they're like this to have him hip guns if you want to. You do have some options. But we're not quite done with the accessories yet, because we still have some more. Well, a little more. For this thing, what you would do is make sure these are straight out like this. Well, yes, like this, and make sure these tabs are straight out like that. Then take this part, which is connected by these things, and flip it up. Then take this tab here and push it up, which will pop up this handle part, and flip it around. And you have a little crossbow. That again, you can have him hold it in his hands. And it does have some blue paint on this targeting sight here. And almost forgot. For these things that do attach on these things, you can still attach them on to him in robot mode and still attach the guns on these for some weapon storage from the same tab here and hole here. Just like that for weapon storage, if you want to. But I am gonna remove this off again, because that there is something else that this has. And that is, for this part, that's connected by the tail, on the bottom, you can see that there's all these extra joints connected here that you can detach here and here. And here, and we go. So you would detach the tail from these joints in as I drop it from inside here. And once you straighten out these extra joints here, you get a whip, which doesn't really look like a whip to me. It looks more like a spear thing. Like, you know, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, he has something similar to, that looks just like this, where he does his get over here move. So this does look familiar to that. And so it doesn't really look like a whip to me. It looks more like a spear thing, where like Scorpion, where he does the get over here move. And like I said, you do have multiple joints here to work with. And I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 joints to work with. And the way they move is they have a hinge joint here and a swivel here and here. And the spear part doesn't have a swivel. It just has a hinge joint here. And I don't think the handle has a swivel. Oh, well, yes it does. Yes it does. The handle does have a swivel. And also, you do get a little baggie of extra joints for the whip here. So just in case if you lose or break one of these, you have backups here. And again, you can have him hold it in either one of his hands. And for the spear part, what you can do is you would take it and remove it off like this, and then separate it in half, and you have two little daggers, or not knives, that again hold them in both of his hands. And you can still attach the visor on the lion head for robot mode if you want to. And for the last couple accessories you get, well, for the last accessory you get is this nicely done display base here with the PE on the stand for perfect effects. And on the bottom is just nothing. And you do get this stand part here that does slide into either four of these sliders here. So you can have that. And this tab here goes in a hole right there. Okay. Now for the last accessory. Well, it's not really an accessory. It's more of a feature. And that is on his chest here. What you can do is take these chest parts and open them up. And once you open them up, it reveals some nice gold paint to detail work here. And take this part and flip it down. And yeah. And once you flip it down, it reveals a little matrix inside, which again is nicely sculpted and painted in. And that is all of the accessories you get. Finally, that was like a lot of accessories that he comes with. Well, not really a lot, but a lot of what he comes with. So, we will be back with our final thoughts here.